when you first heard about Cindy's passing, what was the first thing that went through your mind?
I almost had like two images simultaneously. One was the first time I met her when she did Happy Days with Penny Marshall.
This is Laverne DeFazio, she's mine. And this is Shirley Feeney, she's yours, as you can see.
Nice to meet you, Richie.
My pleasure.
Then I also had the great privilege of doing a play with Cindy not that long ago, so just a few years ago. We did a play together, played husband and wife, a play called Middletown. And I instantly went right to that because we were working so closely together on that play, and it really hit me. It really, I was, all of a sudden it just bubbled up and I started crying, you know. It was like, yeah. I think, you know, because it encompassed that part of going back to Happy Days, and it encompassed so much, and she was so wonderful. She was such a wonderful lady, and terrific actress, of course.
What was it like working together, doing the play together, and how did that help you get to know Cindy even better?
It was a total joy. I mean, everything about working with her. I mean, she's one of the kindest, most gracious, sweetest people you'll ever meet. And then as an actress, she's done such great work in comedy and drama. And the play that we were doing was that. It was both comedy and drama. And playing husband and wife, I mean, it just flowed. It was just so, there was nothing that was a strain or you had to work at. It just seemed to just come like from above or something. It was just great.
When was the last time you had a chance to speak to Cindy?
The last time she and Anson Williams, who played Potsy, and myself, we surprised Ron Howard at an event. It was about 9 months ago. He and his brother were doing a speaking engagement about their book that they had written together called The Boys. And he didn't know we were going to be there. So we were there to surprise him, and Cindy was there. It was the last time I got to speak with her. It's so sad, really sad.
What do you remember about that?
About that day?
Yeah.
Just how she was so alive and as she always was, and vibrant, and we were talking about doing something together. There was a show that maybe she, Anson, and I were going to do together, and we were excited about the prospects of it. But then it kind of got pushed off, so I forgot about it. And then it came up again recently, and I was thinking about it, you know, just about a month ago. So those are things that really came to front of my brain immediately, you know, because we would have been working together again. But, you know, then I think back at some of the great work she did, you know, the movie The Conversation, with Coppola's film, very dramatic film, but then the comedy as well, of course, in Laverne and Shirley.
He's still blaming me for that. How can he blame you for a fight? I kind of started it.
You were actually in the first scene when the world got to meet Cindy on Happy Days.
Yes.
What do you remember about that?
Oh, I just remember how great they were together. I mean, this was the first time they'd worked together. And they came in, and it was just like this energy level just went up to the roof when the two of them started doing their scene. And then I had some interaction with them, more with Penny than Cindy, but I just remember sitting there and my part in that episode was watching and like getting a big kick out of seeing these two characters. And I didn't have to act. I mean, it was amazing to watch the two of them. So, and then it was, you know, and then we found out pretty shortly after, oh, they got their own show now. You know?
We will have this lasting archive of Cindy through her great work on Laverne and Shirley and other things.
Yes.
What do you think her legacy will be?
Well, definitely Laverne and Shirley's going to be right up there. For me, Graffiti was such a landmark film. Really a landmark film, and she was great in it as Ron Howard's girlfriend. Those two projects, and I think The Conversation is going to linger on. I mean, that's not going to go away, that film, and people will be surprised, who don't know that side of her. When they see the conversation, they go, wow, look at the range that she had. Look at the dramatic chops that she had. And they only think of her, as Shirley. If they only know her as Shirley Feeney, they'll be very surprised.
You mentioned her range, but also talking to Henry, he has said that there was a time where he was angry about the Fonz.
Right.
And he didn't like the Fonz, and maybe there was a point where you were angry about your character.
Right.
Was there ever a time where you all, even Cindy, were like, I just want to leave this thing behind me, but then you came back to it later?
There definitely was that time when you feel like it's a monkey on your back because of the fact that there was only the 3 networks and you had so many people watching. The phenomenon of getting typecast was much more prevalent then than I think now, because of there's so many different programs on for people to see. So you knew when I started seeing when I wanted to go out for other roles, and you started seeing, wow, they won't even let me audition because they don't think you're the right type because they think of you as Ralph.
Yeah,
and,
Ralph.
And I'm going, that's not who I am. In real life, I wasn't really like that character. It didn't matter, so you couldn't. I started seeing the handwriting where I couldn't even get to audition for some of these roles. Then it was like you wanted to create separation from that character in any way you could, because you wanted to survive as an actor. So it's self-preservation to try to separate yourself. So I understand. It's why, Henry went through it. We all went through that.
Do you have a favorite Cindy moment? A favorite moment you filmed with her, or a favorite episode you did with her, or anything like that?
Because I didn't do any of the episodes of their show.
The crossovers where the character, right?
Yeah, I
that
didn't
was
do any
Henry.
of those. So my favorite moments would be on stage with her doing that play, Middletown, because we were on stage every night for 90 minutes, and we did the play in a couple of different cities, and so those are the memories that I'll remember most.